People think making someone come back is about chasing harder, sending emotional messages, posting jealousy bait online, or proving your worth louder than before. That's the mistake. The more desperate someone becomes after rejection or distance, the more they unconsciously communicate weakness, instability, and emotional dependence. And attraction rarely survives dependence for long. What most men never understand is that people do not return because they feel pressured. They return because the emotional certainty they once had about you disappears. When someone believes they completely control your attention, your reactions, and your emotional state, your value quietly collapses in their mind. Not because you're worthless, but because predictability kills tension. The moment your life begins revolving around someone else's approval, you stop appearing grounded. And grounded people are the ones others fear losing. The deeper psychological reality is this: silence, composure, and self-control create more emotional impact than emotional chasing ever will. When a man can experience distance without collapsing emotionally, people begin to see him differently. Not colder. Stronger. Most relationships fail because one person loses themselves trying to hold on to the other. They abandon routines, boundaries, focus, friendships, purpose, and emotional balance. That loss of identity changes how they carry themselves. You see it at work when someone constantly seeks validation from their boss. You see it in dating when someone replies instantly to every message while tolerating disrespect just to avoid losing attention. Human beings naturally respect those who respect themselves first. That is not manipulation. It is psychological reality. And this is where discipline becomes important, because emotional control is not something you suddenly activate during heartbreak. It's built daily through habits. One useful resource for understanding that process is Atomic Habits. The book breaks down how small repeated behaviors shape identity over time, and that matters deeply in relationships. A man who trains consistency, routines, focus, and restraint develops a calmer presence naturally. Link in the description if you want to check it out. As an Amazon associate, the channel may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. And once you understand this principle, you stop asking, "How do I get her back?" and start asking the more important question, "Why was I abandoning myself in the first place?" That shift changes everything. Because when you stop reacting emotionally to every setback, your energy changes. You become harder to manipulate, harder to provoke, harder to replace. Not because you become arrogant, but because you stop negotiating your self-respect for temporary attention. Ironically, this is often when people return. Not when you beg. Not when you explain endlessly. But when they realize your life continued with stability, direction, and clarity without needing their validation to function. People are deeply affected by emotional contrast. When someone expects desperation and instead encounters calm detachment and growth, it forces reevaluation. This applies beyond relationships too. In leadership, the person who stays composed under pressure gains trust. In business, the person who doesn't emotionally overreact gains influence. In friendships, the person with boundaries earns respect. Emotional steadiness communicates authority more than loud confidence ever will. And the truth is, many people are attracted less to appearance and more to emotional safety. Calm people create psychological safety because they are predictable in character, not reactive in emotion. If you value serious discussions about psychology, confidence, and self-mastery, subscribe to Stoic Minds. The strongest position you can ever build is not making someone fear losing you. It's reaching a point where losing anyone no longer destroys your identity. That is real power. Quiet. Controlled. Unshaken. Subscribe, share the video, and check the link in the description for recommended resources and tools related to self-development and personal authority.